Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. After the first hour that I played this game, I have been waiting for a chance to do this again. I really enjoyed what happened in the first hour. I can only imagine it gets way more messed up from here. Let's find out. Let's continue. Welcome back, everyone.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So, to recap everything that we know about this game so far, I actually think I am perfect where I am. Recap what we're doing. There is a princess in the cabin in the woods who apparently will end the world if she gets out of it. The last time we went through, we got chained up with her. The building crumbled. She escaped. And then a creature with a lot of hands seems to have taken control of her and erased my memory and sent me back to the start. So now we're here, and we're going to be trying to figure out what to do next. I'm not really sure.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so we have all these explorer options that we had the last time. So it looks like we've literally gone back to chapter 1. First thing, it's going to be exactly the same as it was before. So we're just going to skip all of that. We're just going to silently... I still believe that the princess is good. We're going to silently go to the cabin. Ignore this guy.
You make
Ignore
your
the
way
narrator.
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess.
Yeah,
Ignore him.
exact
Doesn't
same
know what he's
voice
for.
lines and everything. See to the cabin. I'm not listening to any of y'all. I'm walking through. I'm not even grabbing the knife. I'm just walking into the basement. We're going to hang out.
The interior of the cabin
best
is almost
friends.
entirely. The blade is your implement.
Enter the basement. Don't need no knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room.
And now we can start making different decisions.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp. A hint, her voice softly.
Hello? Is someone there?
Yeah, this is all the same.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of don't let it fool you.
Okay. Ooh, now I have the lie option. I'm here to save you. This is what I went with the last time. I'm not saying words. We're just going down.
You're still listening to
See what
reason.
happens.
It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Hello, princess.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to
I'm going to let her go again.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Ooh, but last time I needed that knife to cut her out. No, we're going to try some stuff.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
I don't care, narrator.
You're doing the right thing.
The voice of hero gets me.
Walk up
Skeptic
to the
understood me
chains,
way better,
binding
though.
the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Unfortunately not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left
The game does have a weird problem of sometimes switching the volume of the background music with the volume of the whoever's speaking. It sucks sometimes, but if that's the biggest complaint I have, oh well. Okay. If there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere. I don't want to go back upstairs because I'm going to grab the knife and then I'm repeating the cycle. Nothing's really changing.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Okay.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
We did this last time, though.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
So this still happens. We have no weapon, this still happens. So now we're just kind of stuck down here with her. Let's go hang out.
Make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Nah.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Now, while I don't have the knife, she sounds way more innocent. Like there's an inflection in her voice that she's scared and worried and just appreciative of your help. While when I had the knife, it was way more sinister and you could tell she was trying to play you. Love the voice acting work in there.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates, raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
What the fuck?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound
Never mind,
comes
you know what?
behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
So when I was talking about her innocence, what I really meant was, what the fuck?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her.
Okay, so it's forcing me into this situation. It's forcing me here. So what I could do is keep my path 1, but change my chapter 2, and not lock myself in there. And see what happens with the story from there. And I'd also get the voice of the skeptic back, and I'd be super stoked on that.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
No, we're saving the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place
With the
blade
blood on the
against
lips
the
now.
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Okay, I remember this scene.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
That's a new line from him.
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yes.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom... Wait,
okay, so we've done this before.
Fair. You can't watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh, she's turned around this time. No, warn her.
Stop that.
She didn't turn around the last
Over
time.
you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall.
Good.
Chance to connect.
Okay, so it is different.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
No, resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
I don't even know what I am.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
So now she's gonna kill me, but she's gonna be remorseful. She's more remorseful about it this time.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
The difference making one decision has made towards the reactions of each character is fascinating.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Yes.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last
Jesus!
thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you
She's
made
crying.
choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
So, but what we know from the first time is that the chapter 2 version of everyone remembers what happened in the chapter 1, right? So as long as I am moving on to a chapter 2, this princess will remember what happened in this timeline. And is a much more remorseful, much sadder version than the one I had met previously. So how that changes things is going to be fascinating. Cool. Okay, so I do make it here.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay her.
Okay. Okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here? Oh, you bastard.
Tricks. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
The voice of the smitten?
Our beloved?
Oh, did we fall in love with her?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination
The four of
attempts
us?
you've got in the works.
So voice of the hero, voice of the skeptic, voice of the smitten, me?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Now, you are right about that, narrator. You're absolutely correct. However, you gotta do it for love. You know? My boy's in love,
What can
and
I
I gotta
say?
help.
A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth unless it's already happened. Why should I listen to you? Yeah.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the
Okay,
same
we've
died
heard
last
this
time,
before.
You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone
Allegedly.
princess was worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue
I
with you.
beg to differ.
I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
So the narrator is aware, and is letting us kind of know early that he's aware that we're aware that all that.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply, if it's the latter,
we know that.
what do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, she would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Yes, a dastardly scheme.
Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Oh, whoever the voice actor is for the narrator is just phenomenal. I'm going with them.
That's right, you can't stop all of us.
Hell yeah.
We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Oh, I think I'm making the right call. Well, let's go to the cabin. The cabin, which is now
A warning before you go any further.
like a prison.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
See, I don't believe that. Only because I don't recall her saying anything that was inherently a lie. Except for if she knows why she's chained up. Other than that, she's been pretty
We
truthful.
already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do.
Absolutely.
But I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
All right, let's go in.
The interior of the cabin
Yeah,
is clean.
we've got this
and
again. Oh, we've got a window this time.
Stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison. The blade is your implement.
All right, we got to go to the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't.
Okay, we've got this message again about how the mirror doesn't exist.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how. But there was a mirror a second ago, but now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Let's just give that a tone down. Okay. Yes, this whole cabin is different from last time.
Very different.
We have these. Even from the second time, the last time. We have these are new, windows are new.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly, so focus up.
Okay. Going to the basement. No knife. No knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed
God, I love this.
carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is
Hi.
someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Oh no.
Held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far.
Hell
You
yeah.
barely even know
Hero's
the
great.
princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
Yeah,
with
she's.
the princess.
Look at the
There's
frills
a heavy
now.
chain around her wrist, binding
This is
her to
wild.
the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right?
Mm-hmm.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Don't think so.
Your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
And the hair. The hair's not that, like, greasy, slicked back like it is. Like, it's out. It's fluffy.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Off the bat.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
That's because we are dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yes. Yes. Have you ever given a compliment to a man? They eat it up.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
But you know that.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done.
Okay, this one's
That
not
is
admitting it.
you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We don't know a world ended.
never
We have
saw a
no
world
evidence a
end.
world ended.
And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Despite the fact that I 100% watched a world end with her when she got out, I still don't believe it.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Okay. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot? Nope. Did you end the world after you killed me? Sorry, the narrator. Ooh. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
But before we started talking,
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
oh man, this might be even worse. The Happy Princess might be worse.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, it's not a confession. She never stated anything. I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Wonderful. There we go. See? That's a confession.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. Not so sure.
I believe her.
If another virgin
I'm gonna
was
apologize.
pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
I don't even care if she betrays me. I don't care. I don't care. Betray me.
She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
You're trying to trick me. The game's trying to trick me. They're trying to make me believe it's unsettling for her to be happy to see me. But I know the truth. It's love.
That's because she's perfect.
Smitten gets it.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Ooh, that'd be actually a
He's
fun
right,
twist.
Because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Okay. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
Again, it's trust, right? That's all this is. It's just trust. It's not anything weird, nefarious, or disturbing. It's love and trust.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? we'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
She would have just done that already.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Currently, yes. Actually, currently, no. Narrator's on your side, but I don't think that's a person, so...
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
I'm noticing I'm falling into a trap of just, committing to the bit of whatever new voice I pick up, and honestly, I'm here for it.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Rescue.
No.
I'm rescuing her.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths. If you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Okay. Hold up. We're not that person. We're not that person.
You wouldn't. I would.
He would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
It did just kind of slip out.
And gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Excellent.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I still don't know what I am, and I would like to.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved.
I think it's more weird that you're so focused and like so enthralled in the idea of murder, and disgusted by a sweet moment where a princess thanks me.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Finn gets it.
What do we do now?
We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. That's a little forward. What do you want to
Let
do?
me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Well, let's figure it out.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
Consistently. Like throughout my life. Yeah.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
Say it. Say it.
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Say it. Ruin my life.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you
Damn.
want to do?
I was really hoping for a heel turn there. There must be something you want. I want you to tell me. I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. If you want to leave, let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your
Look at the
hand,
sparkles!
the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
But for this brief moment, I'm happy. Let me fucking have that.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
I do appreciate the hero always being the... trying to be the voice of rationality.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess
Oh, the door's open.
upstairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face.
You son of a bitch.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
I thought so too.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Let's kick it down, Smitten.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will
I
ever
like
know.
whatever's happening in her eyes right now.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
But I'm having fun
Come
doing
along
it.
for the ride
So we're
at
going to
this
keep
point.
doing it. I think we can open it if we try together. Let's animate it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together.
Yes.
And the lock clicks, and the door opens. Are you kidding me?
Oh, this is so good. So if I do just literally try and follow this storybook, traditional love story, everything just works out. That's really funny.
I told you our love was
That's really funny.
insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade.
Oh, I skipped that dialogue. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her. I'm not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Why don't, if you know there are alternate worlds, just let me fucking do this. Let this world end, and we'll deal with the next one.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin,
Cool.
and then you step outside.
We did it!
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we
Oh.
do now?
Where did everything go?
Oh, no.
Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm just gonna...
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
This is actually a terrifying screen, and I want a screenshot of this as well.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
We have feathers? What are we? Ah, they're there. Bye. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
It's the mirror. Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. That's fucking wild. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. You always get scared. Both are insane things to say to a person. Like, downright, just the worst things to say to a person. But I'm into it.
So bad. Right, looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt
Are we a
us,
bird?
right?
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. The end for you, not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay. It's going to be nice.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. What? What do you mean I've grown? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? Jesus. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone I've met, thank you. You've been kinder to me than anyone I've met. Why? Oh my god. Okay. What do you want me to bring you next time? Sounds like a great question.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Oh. Fair enough.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible.
Oh!
The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
So I physically cannot do the same cycle. I can't. Interesting. Firstly, that's just great design. Thank you for that. Because I'm sure in like run 7 of trying to get a new story, I would repeat one. You've been kinder to me. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Gee, that's wow. Do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Cool. Are you the same as you were before?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
So I'm building a person. I think what's happening is I'm finding different princesses, and they're reacting differently to how I am being. And then this entity is taking them all and creating the perfect form. So this one having a kind heart, they're going to use that as a basis for a personality, while the one before, cold and methodical in nature, would probably have more of the logical reasoning that she's looking for. Huh. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side.
That's crazy. Yeah, she's gaining empathy. Congratulations. How many more do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Yeah, I still have the option to destroy my body, attack the end of the earth, go back. I don't want to attack it. Honestly, I want to see where this is going. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Ah!
You're on a path in the woods,
And
and at the end of that path
just like that,
is a cabin.
I'll let the narrator finish.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
We're going to end this session. Thank you, everybody who tuned in seconds, minutes, or the entire time. Appreciate you all. This is just... Oh, this is so good. This is so very good. And I'm going to be playing more right now. So you're going to have an episode here, and then very soon another episode coming up, because I want to keep playing. I want to know what's happening. But this is great. Thank you all. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye, y'all.